Alrighty, so we rebuilt it in my high game stage world. On game stage 494, day 777 for good luck. So very high game stage. I did go ahead and reinforce these with steel since you were worried about cop explosions and stuff. No cop explosions or demolishers should be able to hit this though, because it's the interior part of where we're standing. So worst case scenario, maybe some cop spit. That's probably the worst of it. These over here though, possible that a cop blows up. So these would probably be a good idea to reinforce to steel. But I think we'll be just fine. I tested it briefly on a decent game stage. I didn't go through an entire horde, so we'll just go ahead and go through an entire horde. I haven't slept. Last night I didn't sleep. I was awaiting a job offer. So I'm super tired. It's like 7:42 at night, so I've been up for like 40 hours. I got the job, though, so that's good. But I'm really tired. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the face cam. This will be a private video just to address the concerns you had. And let's go and do it. And I'll show you some other things you can do at higher game stages if you're struggling to actually hit the zombies. They do move pretty fast. It's a narrow area. So if you are worried about hitting the demolishers, I have a few things you could do that would help alleviate that problem. But for now, let's go ahead and just do the horde as is. And then I'll show you what you could do to try to alleviate the problem. Before we start killing the horde, we'll just do the same thing. Unlock our camera, fly to the side so you can see the pathing and all that is still working the same. Same as it was. Sometimes they get a little confused when they first come in because I have so many structures in this testing area. You can see that guy running over to the other one. That unfortunately happens because I have so many different bases here. But everyone who's in the loop should stay in the loop. Alright, now with that said, let's go kill some zombies. Super sleep deprived, so my shots may not be very good. I'm also not good at FPSs, but you know, we do the best we can. Demolishers aren't too bad because they are kind of a bigger target. We should get some pretty soon here. They usually come about halfway through. I do have a pretty good quality sniper rifle, but I figure if you're at day 777 in a 400 something game stage, you probably have that. So, not too concerned about that. I know my Windows bar is kind of hiding it right now. I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. There you go. You can see. Level 6. Oh, I ran out of bullets right as the demolisher came. Look at that. Let's throw in some AP rounds. Alright. Get them on the flip side. Miss everybody else. Come on, buddy. Oops, I just missed him. He might have gotten distracted by my other bases. That would be a bummer. I can spawn one in if we need to. Worst case scenario. There he is. So, not too hard to not hit his button. You already get a shot at him each time around. Maybe two, but if you have the headshot perk, you should be able to take him out relatively quickly, right? Couple crotch shots, you know. Standard stuff. You can kind of keep them stun locked as well. You can shoot them when they're on the ground too. Looks like he's down. There's another one. So since there's no like real limit on how long it takes you to kill things, you can kind of kill at your own leisurely pace, honestly. Because they're not doing damage to your building, right? So you're not in a super rush to have to kill them super quick. So it's not that big of a deal, the demolishers. They're really not that hard. He is dead as well, I believe. Double tap just to make sure. So yeah, it's not too bad. So now let's say you're a worse shot than I am, which would be pretty hard because I'm a pretty bad shot, right? Let's say you're a worse shot than I am though, and you're worried about setting off the demolisher. We can do some things to help fix that. But before we do it, let's set off a demolisher on purpose and just see what kind of damage he does. This should do some pretty bad damage to the base, I would think. What's going to probably happen is he's going to blow up the ground beneath us. But there should be enough of a gap that it doesn't actually affect our pillars. Hopefully. It might affect the stairs, though, if he makes it over to the stairs. Let's find out. I haven't tested it, so this is a good time to test it. You wouldn't obviously want to set off a demolisher, but let's find out. Let's just go ahead and spawn a demolisher. See if I can actually set it off. There we go. That was actually difficult to do. So yeah, he just falls down and blows up the ground beneath us, which I don't think should mess with their AI pathing, really. They might take some fall damage, but let's see. It might actually mess with the stairs a little bit. Yeah, it looks like it messed with the stairs a little. They're having trouble getting up onto the stairs now. So maybe you want to build some backup stairs a little bit lower. Maybe build the stairs without rails so that they can just jump up. Build the pyramid stair formation if you're worried about demolishers. Let's see. But it looks like they're still able to get up. They just have to jump up now. So it's a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. All right, so I'm going to pause the video and I'll show you what you can do if you are worried about setting that demolishers off to make it a little bit easier. Oh, I should mention before I do this too, that another solution you could do to that to make it so that the stairs aren't an issue anymore, I'm going to go and freeze them, is you could actually take it, instead of building the stairs like this, you could build them off to the side here, or you could have it come around behind so they have to run behind to go up the stairs. You don't have to have your stairs that close to your fall pit. You could put your stairs going out this way, and it might work even better. So there are some options there. They don't have to be like this, right? It doesn't have to be in that exact location. So if you're worried about that, but if we look down here before I set up those traps, you can see that the explosion doesn't touch our pillars because the explosion radius is only like 5 blocks usually on both cops and demolishers. So it did nick our stairs and the ground underneath. You could also just put regular ground underneath and that would solve the problem with the stairs as well. So that could be, if you're worried about that, instead of having all this gravel and dirt here, you could just replace that with some concrete blocks. All right, let's go ahead and put in the thing to help you hit those demolishers. Okay, I got it all set up and tested. It works out just fine. So what you do is you just throw a generator down here, build a little side platform for electric fences, come around the other side, build a little side platform for electric fences. I would take the rails off the top one for sure because they're going to get hit by electric fence here and you don't want them to start whacking the rails. And then I would also take the rails off of the bottom ones here as well, and then add these little like pyramid type blocks on there just in case of those demolisher explosions getting through, but they should definitely not get through anymore if you are running these electric fences. It's so easy to shoot them. A toddler could do it. You'll see in just a second. I'll show you. Super duper easy. And if you don't think you're gonna have the gunpowder or the see, how do I put this, the bullets, the ammo, in order to be able to actually take care of the demolishers, another thing you could do is you could take this over one and you could set up a blade trap, right? You probably want to do like a small block here. I haven't actually tested this part, but you could set up a blade trap right there. And they could chop the legs of the demolishers as well. And that'll cover the whole area, right? It'll cover one section, and then you'd have to do the same thing on the other side. If you want to throw blade traps into the mix too. that would be a way to do that. The only thing I'd worry about with doing that is they might path on top of the blade trap. Oh, it looks like you can't place it on those little half blocks. There you go. That's what I get for saying it before trying it. I wonder if you can on the half blocks. I can't place them there either. That's a bummer. Okay. Well, you'll have to do a full block. So the only thing I would worry about there is they might try to path using that area. But, oh, it's not because of the blocks. It's because of the stupid bags. Right. I should have probably known that. I've run into that before. Yep. Anyway, so you do that, and then you'd wire that up, and that could be an option as well. If you're really, really worried about being able to kill them, but the fences alone should be plenty. You shouldn't need the blade traps. But if you do really, really need them because you're low on ammunition or something like that, you could just throw on a blade trap on each side. Away. And that would help you solve that problem. Because those blade traps do a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. I'll show you real quick with the demo. I'll actually spawn him over here. And then we'll go into Horde Night so you can see it happening. The demos from Horde Night. Get his attention. So obviously he'd be running on Horde Night. We can make it nighttime. Heck, we'll just make it Horde Night. Oh, this is night after. Whoops. Wait, he died? Oh, he timed out because I fast forwarded time. That's actually hilarious. All right, there we go. All right, come get me, demo. Do you have his AI frozen? Is that what's going on? I'm so confused. There it is. I don't understand what's happening. I'm not going to edit this video. There we go. Okay, so if I hit 0, you can see his health total. So we're not even shooting him. And he actually almost died there, right? He's down to 245 out of 1,000 health. And he's going to make his loop. He's going to come right back up. And then he's just going to die, right? So blade traps are a good solution for demos if you are worried about them. They actually fixed in this patch that you can put 2 sets of blade traps, and the second up will not set off the demolishers anymore. So, yeah, pretty easy. But without the blade traps, it's still super duper easy. Barely an inconvenience. Let's get rid of the blade traps, and you can see. Get rid of the text. How easy it is to shoot them when they're standing still like that. We'll spawn another one in so you can see. Super easy. Because they'll actually literally just stop and stand still for you, right? Not a problem at all. So, yeah, God mode. I'm like stuck in God mode. There we go. So let's go ahead and set time to 777. 7. I think we were like. We'll do 77. Yeah, 777. And then we'll do like 23:59 because we were like 2/3 of the way through the Horde Night. So when we purposefully set that one off. So let's go ahead and just get back into that Horde Night. As they did not set it. There we go. We're back in Horde Night. Skies are red. Demos are coming. You can see the zombies are just stopping and pausing for us. You'll notice that when I knock them off of the platform, they don't go into destroy all mode either, because as far as they're concerned, they just got hit by a powerful attack. They didn't take any fall damage because they seem to have removed fall damage. It seems like there's a stumble effect, but they don't enrage like they used to when they fall. I'm not quite sure how it works yet, but it's no longer really an issue. And they just stand still for you. It's like super easy. Okay, let's unhook the camera so we can see. Here they are. They're pathing around the pillar that we added. They're just running up, getting electrocuted, doing a slow motion Mamba type thing. Just waiting to be shot in the head. Super, super duper easy. Add those electric fences in and it's even easier. So hopefully that answers your questions about demolishers. I can spawn a bunch in real quick and show you. But it's not a concern at all, to be honest. Let's just make sure we don't run out of bullets, hey? Also, if you have piercing through your passive tree, pierced bullets cannot set off demolishers. So if you pierce where their chest button is, it will not set them off. So you have time to line up your shot because they just stand still for you. Having a scope helps, but even without a scope, it's not that hard. So this guy, I do have spec'd into Perception because I enjoy that build, and that's what I'm doing on our multiplayer server, so that's what I was testing with. But if you spec into Intelligence, then you're just going to have tons of traps, right? Heck, you don't even have to be spec'd into Intelligence to have the traps. You can just buy them at the trader. It's not a big deal. So yeah, demolishers are not a worry at all with this base. I think the other thing we were concerned about was zombie cops, right? So let's go and spawn in some irradiated cops. Maybe I shouldn't have spawned them directly on top of my head. What do you guys think? Might not have been the wisest idea ever. So they're going to spit acid at me, but they're not hitting the support pillars. So it's not a big deal. And they'll loop around just like everyone else. And then we just shoot them in the head just like everyone else. I'm doing actually less damage to them than I should be because I'm still using the AP rounds. My thing needs repaired. There's an explosion for you. Bad timing on that repair, huh? You just gotta make sure you kill them. If you're on concrete, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. Cop explosions. And if you're having irradiated cops, you should be on concrete anyway. If not steel. So, not a big deal. They're gonna have the same effect that the Demolisher did. If you have upgraded the blocks down there to concrete, you're fine. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. We'll go ahead and lock the camera, have a look around. We're still doing just fine. Guys are still trickling in. Everything's hunky-dory down here. You did notice that I didn't put a electric fence on that last step because I want them to smoothly fall down. The last part I put it on is that block right there. So this was a much longer video than I actually intended. But it's a pretty thorough demonstration for you. Hopefully it answers the questions and concerns you've had about it. TLDR, yeah, it's not a problem. You're good. You're good. You don't have to worry about the whole Demolisher cop thing. It's not gonna be an issue, honestly, at all. Let's go ahead and take our nail gun and we'll just we'll fast